Hello, brothers and sisters of land. Welcome to my page. My comment section. Try to keep it down. The indicator under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's done very fucking important. And not important to liberals, libertarians, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like away ayahuasca, people like DMT. That's 80% of you message asses. Get the hell out of here. Listeners' discretion is advised. I'm your friendly neighborhood Sexologist. I am a prodigy in my own innovative ideas and constructive thought. Of course, if you read my description box, you'll understand a little bit about me. But of course, I do not cater to the masses of asses. Like Socrates have said, if you follow the masses, you're usually what? Incorrect. That's right. But of course, this is a response message to a video which I will post down below. And he probably followed me and watched me a little bit. I don't know. He probably saw one of my videos and wanted to start, because I've been on the internet quite some time. And I can tell those individuals who have copied me and who may have copied me. But of course, that's beside the point here. This video is going to be about, if you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast requests, you put it down below. I'm going to title this video, how it's so much more easier to gravitate towards the weak men who may look at my video and say, what the fuck are you talking about? This video is going to be about how it's so much more easier to live as a man. Okay? And also, it's going to be how much easier to live as a woman, depending on the circumstances. Now, of course, in his video, he talked about how a woman transformed herself into a man. And living as a man is much harder, but there is some sort of caveats there which they're not talking about psychologically. The caveat is this person attractive? Okay. And I made myself very clear in my past videos about this, okay? How it is easier for a male and also how it is easier for a female, depending on their circumstances, their beauty, their standards, okay? So let me begin. Let me just take some of this here. Understand this, since I've made myself very clear just now. They refuse to talk about attraction. Now, it's easier for men to live in this life, because I'm an average man. I'm like a 7. When a female sees a male, there's a number between 1 and 10. Females judge a man differently from how a male judges a female. Okay, and I have the nut. If you look in my past, you'll find out. He says, what number are you? Okay, your number of attraction, beauty. You know, one of my videos is talking about this. When a man is a 7, he's average to most women. And most women do not prefer average-looking males. Okay, so we got that clear, right? Women are more shallow when it comes down to beauty. They look at small things that seems irrelevant. They look at little balding. Okay? They look at you let small, stupid little things, but they'll bypass it for money. Okay? You know, that's how superficial women are. Men, however, are superficial in a different way. They're not as shallow, but it may seem shallow to you, though, because all they're looking at is booty and titties anyway. Right? Men are beasts. They just care about booties and titties. They don't give a fuck about fucking personalities or anything like that. Most men don't care about personalities. And most women don't really care about personalities either. Especially if you got the bling bling, baby. You got the bling bling. Now, so a man who looks average is a 7 out of a 10. That means you're not tall enough for her. Yada, yada, yada. You know the things they usually say, what women usually say. And women tend to ignore the facts in society for an average-looking male. And now, an average-looking male usually are the ones who are going to commit suicide. And I try to encourage men who feel themselves as a 7 or average-looking to ignore the outside forces of women who judge them. Because if you go overseas, they don't look at that. Okay? But they still could be materialistic over there, but it really doesn't matter. If you're 7, your height is about roughly 5'8", and you're not over 6 foot, okay, you're automatically a 7 to them. Sorry, in America and Western worlds, sorry, you're average. Doesn't matter how your nice features are, doesn't matter how you speak. They don't care about that. From all my experiences, from all of the women I talk to, say, what is the most attractive thing that a woman looks at? Okay?
She don't look at your features in your face. She looks at how tall you are first. That's the first thing. If you're not tall, she automatically looks at another tall guy because she's been brainwashed. So let's continue on here. So, where was I? Okay. So if a man is a 7, okay, you have the capability of committing suicide, more likely to be homeless. We already know these things. If you're average looking, it is harder to live in life overall than all women, okay? You have the hardest burden in society. This is why I say there's more virgin males out there. Even when I traveled to Ethiopia, dog. Even when I traveled to Ethiopia, every type of guy I saw was either average looking. They wasn't super tall or anything like that. But when I have investigated and gave therapeutic purposes for services for guys who are taller, you know what they tell me? I know some people around where I live at. You know how easy it is for them to pick up women? It's so much more easier for them. As a matter of fact, they have it the easiest in life. So the easiest men, even easiest sex to have sex, okay, is a tall 8s, 9s, and 10s. If you're tall, that's the first thing. Okay, women care about how a man, how tall he is, and what's substituted is men with money. So if you have a lot of money, life is easier. Okay, if you as a male, regardless of what you look like, and it may be harder. Let me put a little caveat there here. If you are rich and you're a fool, then it may be harder for you because you might get bankrupt because of it. You might get bankrupt because of the bitch, okay? Because you're ignorant. So you put all your money and your chips down on her. You sell them for sips. You're a simp, right? Then you're ignorant. Then it may be harder because you're ignorant. For ignorant men who are average looking and they got money, okay, it can be super fucking hard for you, regardless of which way you look at it, okay? All right? So I made myself very clear there. If you're average looking, you got a lot of money, and you're ignorant, life is going to be harder for you because you can't choose any female at will. You're going to give out your money ignorantly, okay? If you're a male who's 8, 9s, and 10s, life is the easiest for you whatsoever because you can get a girl pregnant and just leave. And this is the system tends to, it should be focusing on those type of guys, but it's really, that's where you get child support. That's where you get alimony. But 9 times out of 10, the alimony comes from the average looking male. Okay, so we got that out of the way, right? So the men gets robbed. Now for females, it's easier for them to just to lay with someone and to have children, okay? But basically they don't understand that their life is not lonely, okay? They tend to miss out on that lonely point. I say, hey, you know a man is more lonelier than a woman, right? Okay. And that's all you really need to say to a female. We don't even need to talk about suicide. You don't even need to talk about how men are more homeless in the street. You don't even need to talk about that shit. Just tell a female you are always around either good-looking men, and she'll be like, yeah. Or you're out socializing, men are hitting on you, right? Yeah, they always go, hey, yeah. My thought, you show your pictures, and men is all over your ass. I tell my wife all the time. She's from Ethiopia. I said, hey, you want to fuck with all these dudes? Go ahead and try. You're going to have a fucked up pussy, okay? Because you're going to be looking at the wrong men. You're not going to be looking at the mature men. The mature men are the average-looking ones. Because the beta alphas, who are the more attractive ones, which is the 8, 9s, and 10s, as I keep telling you, the more attractive a male is, he's a beta alpha male. How about them apples? And every time I talk to a beta alpha male who is very attractive, I say, hey, he always tells me he says he's an alpha. I said, because you hit used pussy? Okay, that's not an alpha. You just going around hitting used cunts? Okay, you're the cunt. You're the womanizer. But women don't want to see that. They don't want to hear that. That most of the 8, 9s, or 10 are womanizing bastards. They don't want to settle for someone who's a 7, 6, 5. They don't even want to talk about those numbers. Those numbers are garbage to them. But that's all I really wanted to say about that topic. You know, it's not really hard to deal with. For females to say that it's harder overall for them, they're just ignorant and they just don't know anything. They just don't know, okay? So please forgive them. Like when I tell a female, I said, when do you lose your virginity? She'll usually tell me 13. I said, for guys, it's not like that, okay? Duh. Guys don't lose their virginity at 13, okay? What was, when you first had sex? 20, before 20. It's always before 20, 16, okay? For guys, it's not like that. And the guys that they have sex with are guys who are 8, 9s, and 10s. Not average looking guys. Because this is why I try to teach men and people in general to homeschool your daughters and your children, because Those girls are hot in the pants when they get a certain age. They go through adolescence and they have sex with guys who are, they feel that are 8, 9s, and 10s. You know, I seen it all on the porn. I create my own porn, motherfuckers. And I'm like, I got videos of my own shit. But you're going to be charged if you want to see my shit, okay, all right? But other than that, that's all I really wanted to say. So women, stop saying it's harder for you. It may be easier for you to get pregnant, okay? But other than that, to be lonely is harder in general. It may be easy for you to get some dick, but it's still harder for men, even if he's attractive, to get some pussy, especially if he's going to be threatened with fucking lawsuits and fucking alimony and child support. But the next easier target person to live the sex, as I said before, is the attractive male, 8, 9s, and 10s, the beta alpha cuck, right there on the top. Those guys have it, they have the life. It's easy for them, okay? And they got to watch out for getting chased after by the system and the hoes that they be fucking, okay? The next type of sex, who is basically, you know, the first is the males, okay? So give me a synopsis and synopsis. I mean, it's the males who have the easier life if they're attractive from 8, 9s, and 10s, okay? Then it's the females, okay? All right, they have it easy too, okay, because they can get pregnant. They can feed through the system, okay? And then lastly is this regular average-looking males, okay? And these average-looking males are just fucking completely clueless, or they'll commit suicide, or they're more likely to be homeless. Attraction plays a big role when it comes down to who's living a harder life versus who is. And that's all I really want to say. Peace. I posted down below a response message to that video. I think of course my personality is more bubbly than his, okay? But he's more popular than me. But I've been out since 2012 because I'm cringy, okay? But it's okay. I didn't ask you to subscribe. I say this again. It's a method to my madness. I do not need, I can see my views. I can easily see my views, okay? I can see my views. And there's people who donate, and I'm only interested in the few elite. So my videos are special. They're on the back page. They're on the lower algorithm for YouTube, and that's cool. I want it that way, and if you find me, you share it, okay? But other than that, that's how I like it. Peace.